was very concerned about his image because he wanted to be picked up and forever on that show is my take.
I had his sister on, Dr. Mona Van. She was a little difficult in her own way. No, lovely and nice, but she wanted certain things. I forgot what also, like toned down or something. There was something she wanted taken out, and I was like, this is such a nothing about nothing. Like,
by the way, she's the one that's now dating Gary V. You know, Gary V, the one that's become famous online for giving business advice.
No, I do not.
You're like, no, I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, you know, Gary V. I don't know. I feel like he was really super hot like 2 or 3 years ago.
Because Mona's very pretty. Very.
Well,
let me look up this Gary V.
Gary V is getting divorced from his wife of numerous years. And he came out on his social media for the first time with Nima Van's sister, Mona Van. You'll know.
I mean, he's not so bad. He's kind of cute.
He's gotten a lot hotter. Oh. Okay, Google Gary V like back in the day.
Oh, like, maybe I'm not so into him.
He's had a real, like everybody. Don't you love that when you become rich? It's like when you and I become like wealthy and post our tour. Like we're gonna look so much better. You know what I mean?
Well, like that Carrie Underwood when they flash back to that season of American Idol, and I'm from Arkansas or wherever the hell it was. And I've never been on a plane, and now Carrie Underwood is fucking gorgeous fashion guru. So yes, after our podcast tour, when it sells out and they need another one, yes, we are going to go.
We're going
to go. So anyway. Shahs is canceled. What do I think? By the way, did you take anything out for Nima? Did you do it? Because I did. I don't have the energy. So right, I said Mona, sure, baby doll, sure.
I did too. You know, in general, I love to keep it cool with most of these people. Like to me, it's not worth the fight. I'd love to have them on again. You know, you and I are like, I end up liking almost everybody that comes on my show, and I liked Nima. I just felt that it was like a little. At the end, it was a little pretentious. Like
it's a little arrogant.
Yeah. I was like, all right, you know, thanks for doing us this favor, I guess. And, you know, the Taylor story went like nowhere, you know, I think he'd already said that to somebody else or something. So that was it. I just didn't like that part of it, but yes, I took it out.
Yeah, I get it. I took out Mona's thing. What do I really think happened is I really, truly, in my heart of hearts, I think Mike is the catalyst that sped this up, that ended. I personally, this is just me, I have been told directly by certain Shahs the exact opposite, but you know, I like to play my producer. I truly believe Shahs was canceled already, and it was for the ratings. Yes, here I go, people. When a show is canceled, it is usually canceled for fucking ratings. That's how it works. So, because people tell me that I talk about ratings like it's 1990. I don't even understand. Ratings are 2022, and in 2042, people will still be talking about ratings. I'll probably be dead, so I won't be talking about them, but somebody will.
I will be proud.
I don't particularly know what the ratings like exactly were, like where they like the exact 500, but they were not good. And just the way certain Shahs were speaking to me, although they said, oh, very soon, blah, blah. I just got the impression, look, here's the thing. When a whole group of people are not that accessible and it's under lock and key, like if Bravo is going to make an announcement season 9, you certainly aren't, because you will get in trouble for that. You'll get your ding, you know, Kelly Dodd fine for Drunk Wives Matter, as said on David Yantes behind the, like you get fined. Like if you say, oh, Bravo's announcing the return or something like that, you will get fined. So I just found it strange that a group of people that were very unaccessible, like inaccessible, all of a sudden were dying to come on Behind the Velvet Rope and talk about anything I wanted. And great, more power to you. We got some people coming up, guys. But I just thought that was weird. And listen, it's also been a long time, right? Like the last season, it's been, when it's so long, I'm just like, this show. So I personally never thought this Shahs was coming back. That is just me, kept it to myself.
That's some tea. That's some tea.
I didn't, well, but that's me. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I'm glad that you consider that tea. You know,
I had heard 2 seasons ago that the ratings were in trouble. And and didn't it go from Bravo to E, or was it always on E?
It was never, nor is it on E now. It is on Bravo.
Okay.
But don't get me wrong. I love the Shahs. I love the show. There's so much I love about it. I love Golnessa. I love MJ. Love.
Okay, but where do you think it jumped the shark that like the ratings went sour? Because like it was a ratings hit for so long. I mean, that show really was, it was so good. What do you think happened?
That's a good question, because I thought even last season, like season 8, whereas I'll go on record and say I think last season of Vanderpump Rules was horrible. I think last season, like Shaw's to me was good up till the end. I don't think it ever jumped the shark. I like last season. I just think so. Now, look, I think this happens with Mike. And now, if they were wavering or like 90% canceled, whatever it was, like they weren't 100% sure. Yeah, sure. This pushes it over the edge. And I do think it pushed it over the edge. I do think politically, Bravo needs to make a statement. You know what I mean? And listen, the show, let's back up, people. Let's back up. Let's back up for a minute. Here is the true statement that no one can argue with. The show, Shahs of Sunset, could have 100% come back without Mike. You could have fired Mike for domestic violence charges. Mind you, innocent until proven guilty. You didn't fire Erika Jayne. You didn't fire Jen Shah. So I'm not even so sure why. But okay, this is hitting whatever stance you want to take, because I do think we have a sliding scale. I will stand by that Jenny and doing, right?
Every network.
So, yeah.
I'm a huge TLC fan. Before the 90 Days, which is a very popular spinoff of 90 Day Fiancé, they're going through this too. A woman was fired at the beginning of the season for posting the N-word on her social media, writing very derogatory things towards Asian people, Muslim people. Okay, fast forward, we had 2 or 3 episodes left. Another guy came out that he had posted a meme or reposted a meme using the N-word. I mean, they didn't fire him and he's on the reunion. I mean, so it is always a sliding scale.
And is he like a big character?
Huge. And of course, when this other couple was fired at the beginning, like even more spotlight was shown on the remaining couples because they had to fill that airtime. So, you got even more. Yeah. And he was, he's still on the show. He's on the tell-all. I'll be curious to see if they bring it up. But I wanted to just give context to all of our listeners about, Mike was arrested from Shaw's on March 27th for alleged domestic violence. We don't know, though, if it was against Paulina. Reportedly, they're still together. Do you think I guess we can draw the conclusion, allegedly, maybe, that it's against Paulina?
I mean, listen, I am going to just tell you a story. I have a story.
Okay.
I literally have a story. The thing about the more people I always tell people, like, this is why you got to go to Patreon, because Patreon is where I talk about what happens behind the scenes. But let me share this. So this is a real story, no criticism. And